Anybody who's in the top 2,000 of the current Deadman high scores at midday on the 16th of March will have access to the Deadman tournament that starts at midday on the 21st of March.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to the first ever Old School RuneScape Deadman Invitational Tournament. 10 grand on the line.
Going here. I'm watching this right now. Robert is still standing. His health is 78 out of 0 out of 90. Oslo is unfortunately fallen right now. Who is going to be the winner? People are falling left and right. There is only 51 people left in the tournament.
When the first Deadman mode tournament became the new hot topic in 2016, it opened the door for a whole new source of attention directed at old school RuneScape. And reaching out to the Twitch and esports communities definitely worked out. Old School had never before received so much attention from the general gaming community, and around the same time finally passed RS3's average online count after 2 whole years. With a growing community and the enthusiasm around these competitive game modes, Jagex saw such huge potential to put RuneScape back on the mainstream map. They just had to try it out for their flagship game. However, after months in development and several rounds of tweaking and delays, the finale of the highly controversial esports event ended badly. It was such a terrible disaster that Jagex instantly took down the finale livestream and never spoke of it again. This is the story of the Dimension of the Damned. Our story begins in the summer of 2016, when Jagex decided to run a survey looking for feedback on what kind of updates the players wanted for the following year. Though I assume a lot of the ideas they gathered were released throughout the first half of 2017, Jagex had saved some of the upcoming content to be released in the following months. It was presented by lead designer ModMark during RuneFest. Though they didn't know it yet, the majority of the content he revealed as voted for by the players would go on to hit it off extremely well, with 5 of the 9 updates that were actually released being voted into the top 12 of the most popular updates of 2018. One update that still managed to be released in the final months of 2017 reached 8th place for the most popular update that year. It's clear that the reveals contained some pretty awesome content, which makes it so much more ironic when you hear what happened to their high-budget attempt to make a new competition. The Dimension of the Damned was revealed at the very end of the RuneScape reveals, with a pretty decent trailer that held back on the most juicy details. After an incredible presentation with a ton of promising content, ModMark showed the poll results from players asking for a Global Quest seasonal game mode. So naturally, Jagex decided to make a PvM survival mode instead. After 6 whole months in development, it was ready to open its gates on the 16th of October. The Dimension of the Damned was a zombie survival mode with a single objective: to kill as many undead as you possibly could within an hour. With Falador being the only safe zone, players had to adventure out into the world to look for zombies with varying difficulty. The more you killed, the higher the score you got. The goal was to get a high enough score to reach the top 1000 on the high scores, so that you could compete in the exclusive finale on the 28th of October, and get the chance to win lifetime membership and all expenses paid trip to Jagex HQ, a real-life zombie reward, and, wait for it, 200 million GP. So yeah, the stakes were pretty high. The initial reception of the announcement was pretty calm, with most people being confused about what the event was. Some believing it was intended as the Halloween event or as a minigame, some questioning why the game mode wasn't a permanent edition instead of a temporary 10-day thing. When the event was eventually made public on the 16th of October, that feedback quickly turned negative. Players felt the game mode was lacking purpose, felt grindy and was overhyped. In some areas, way too few zombies were spawning, letting players camp kills without much danger, while others had problems getting out of Falador due to the boss zombies spawning at the gate, ready to beat up new players. That it was impossible to import your own interface from the main game made players disappointed due to the time required to set it back up. Jagex also claimed it was only possible to play the game mode with the NXT client, and said they had no chance to support a Java one, though players quickly found out that wasn't true by simply editing a configuration file. The day after, Jagex added a series of fixes to improve the gameplay and make it more challenging, but also more fair to the players. The changes increased the number of spawning zombies to give the feeling of it being difficult to survive, but removed zombies from the main gates. The changes were designed to make it harder to build a score, but Jagex chose not to reset the game high scores, confident it would still be possible to reach a spot in the top 1000. Over the next few days, the game mode lost its hype, remaining open to the players who found it exciting enough to aim for the top 1000. Jagex continued tweaking the game mode to improve how it worked as it went on, but bugs were still found, such as being able to pause the timer by lobbying and wait for more zombies to spawn. Jagex didn't seem to mind the cheaters, giving no penalty or score resets to the cheating players on the high scores. By the time the qualifying period ended, the game mode had only been tried out by 11,635 players in 10 days, opposed to the average online count of 25,000 in the main game, leaving a qualifying score of 9 million, requiring a kill count of under 300 zombies in 1 hour. On the 25th of October, the qualifier closed, building up to the finale on Saturday the 28th. However, the day after, on the 26th, Jagex announced the finale would be delayed to the 4th of November, explaining tweaking the game mode as it went on required some work on the finale to ensure it would work as intended, hoping the additional week of development would lead to an exciting livestream. Some competitors weren't happy with this change due to it interfering with BlizzCon that same weekend. On the 2nd of November, 2 days prior to the finale, it was delayed again, this time to the 18th of November. Jagex explained they had spent the past week fine-tuning the environment and had been working on a system to disqualify players who didn't actively participate in the finale. They also explained they had to almost rewrite how the high score system worked, as well as patching potential exploits with this new system. You can always question why these changes and fixes weren't done by the original finale date, but at least Jagex were putting some effort into making sure the finale would run smoothly. And as the 18th of November got closer, nothing ever could go wrong that would ruin the long overdue finale.
Oh wow, I am so excited for the Dimension of the Damned finale. I just hope I'm not gonna get DDoSed while playing.
Did you say DDoSed?
What?
Well, you're not going to get DDoSed if you're using NordVPN.
Who are you?
With NordVPN, you get access to over 5,200 servers in 60 countries, so you can hide your IP address almost anywhere in the world. With its next-generation encryption and ability to block malware-ridden websites, there is nothing that can touch you while you're playing RuneScape, or any other game for that matter.
Oh, that sounds pretty good. I don't know though. I hear they slowed down my internet speed.
Oh, Steven.
My name's Billy.
We're not in the 19 sticks and stones anymore. With NordVPN, you can enjoy safe gaming without affecting your internet connection. There's no bandwidth limit on the servers, you just click a button and you're protected online without even noticing. And if you're not happy, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee.
Really? I'm gonna give it a go.
As you should. I'll even hook you up with 4 additional months on a huge discount if you sign up for the 2-year plan using nordvpn.com/rswill.
Thanks! That'll be a lifesaver. Oh boy, the finale is about to start.
On the 18th of November, the finale was set to start at 8 PM, with the livestream starting at 7:45. As players sat ready by their computers for the stream to start, the clock passed the starting time without the stream starting. The clock soon hit 8 PM. The finale was set to start without competitors being logged in, and the stream still being offline. A tweet by Mod Kalea then announced another delay by 45 minutes, with the stream set to start at 8:30 PM. At 8:15, the competitors were able to log into the servers, lobbying up behind closed doors in Falador, ready to start off. Out of the 1,000 eligible members, only 494 showed up, as logging in was enough to reach the starting score of 10 points. At this point, the bugs and exploits started showing up. Some players discovered ways to sneak outside of Falador prior to the doors opening. Others found that players who weren't even in the top 1,000 could log into the servers, making it so that competitors started bringing in alt accounts to transfer currency for food and other benefits, such as loot boxes. But the contents of these loot boxes would be completely luck-based, handing out weapons and armor of different tiers. Some only received Mithril, others Rune. Despite the rough start during the countdown period, the clock eventually hit 8:45, and the finale had officially started. As the hundreds of players simultaneously left through the Falador gates, no one could expect what was to come. You see, in the early morning that Saturday, Jagex had run a test of the finale servers to make sure everything was working as intended. A core mechanic of the finale was the miasma, a poisonous fog that would spread across the game world as the finale went on, inspired by a similar mechanic in the Deadman tournaments. This was intended to hinder players spreading out too much, limiting the available space as players died over time. The only issue is, Jagex forgot to reset it. Yeah. So when the finale started, the miasma had already spread out across the entire game world, causing a disastrous effect from the very beginning.
That sounds about
Oh,
right.
oh my gosh, here it is.
Here we go, guys.
Anyway, here's a fancy little countdown that's kind of pixely. Go, 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 go! Holy cow. Watch a ton of bosses will spawn like right out here. Okay, is that miasma right there? Oh gosh, never mind, never mind, never mind. What the heck?
Oh shit, Miss Mara, look out! You can't go here. We can't go
It's
here.
Miss Mara.
We do have some people getting killed already.
I see lots of bones.
Yeah.
So that's great.
In matter of seconds, 135 of the 494 competitors had died as a direct result of the miasma, killing some of the most eager players who ran away from Falador, including the player who had placed first in the qualifying rounds. As the fog was nearly invisible, it became a game of guessing what areas were unsafe and what areas could be traversed. And due to the miasma hitting hard and fast, not everyone managed to react fast enough to escape safely back over the border.
I don't believe this.
Oh god.
Already dead.
Wait, what?
No, you serious?
Yeah, it turned to marrow and killed me essentially instantly. I'm not sure why it kills you that fucking quickly, but okay.
The miasma surrounded the entire city of Falador, including Falador Park. Because of how the finale was designed, the area surrounding Falador was zombie-free for 20 minutes, allowing players to safely spread out to start building their score in a location of their choice. But because of the miasma incident, what followed was 20 minutes of 359 players running in circles without any chance of escaping. However, as the timer passed 20 minutes, a horde of zombies suddenly spawned, seemingly out of nowhere, killing an additional 52 unprepared competitors straight away, and another 56 over the next 5 minutes alone. The J-Mods commentating on the livestream tried ignoring the obvious issues going on, reportedly laughing when the masses of players died straight away. With the worst out of the way, what remained was 251 competitors fighting the zombies in close proximity to Falador. For about an hour and a half did the players fight bravely against a massive horde of zombies, finding safe spots, teaming up, and overall doing an alright job at zombie slaying. As the competition came towards an end, a winner could be announced, and though the participating players consisted of a large range of players from all aspects of the game, it didn't come as a surprise that the winning competitor was an ace of spades in the deck of players.
On the 4th of April 2019, I had the opportunity to interview one of the best PVMers in the entire game. Lexa was the 4th player to achieve 4,000% Enraged Telos, and at the time of recording was holding an astounding 8 first-place world records.
Lexa, today known as Use Physics, won the competition with an impressive 19.8 million score, 2.4 million ahead of second place. As the only player in the competition with a legendary record of world-class PVMing, it wasn't surprising that he won the entire thing. After the finale was over, developer Mod Salin explained on the livestream that the start of the finale did not go as planned and promised to honor the results and investigate what happened that caused the outcome of the event. As an apology, all 1,000 players eligible for the finale were promised an in-game title and the pet that was originally intended for the top 50. Shortly after the stream ended, the saved recording of the livestream was deleted from the RuneScape Twitch page. What followed was a heated storm towards Jagex for the poor handling of the Dimension of the Damned. As promised, Mod Salin posted a statement the following day, explaining what had happened with the finale and what caused the problems. He added that he was sorry for the rough ride that had been the Dimension of the Damned, stating the intention of the event was to try something new and interesting. The players in-game received their rewards the following week. A pet, a title, and for those who completed some special challenges during the qualifying rounds, also received an outfit and a weapon override. Use Physics received his in-game rewards at the same time as the others, being 200 million GP and a unique one-of-a-kind title called King of the Damned. The trip to Jagex was delayed until July 2018, mainly because Use Physics was 17 at the time of the win, and the trip couldn't take place before he became of age. During the visit, he also received a real-life zombie trophy, which he informed me broke shortly after due to the poor material used to make it. The Dimension of the Damned has been an interesting experience for the history of RuneScape. In December 2017, it was voted the worst update of the year, with over double the votes of what came in second place. The competition was never spoken of again by Jagex, and in the years that passed since the finale, they have not tried bringing this or any other esport type event back to RuneScape 3. A statue was raised in the clan camp to honor the top 10 players in the competition, but it was said to be removed after a couple weeks. However, it remained in-game for nearly 3 months instead, until it was randomly removed with the release of another, memorable update, Sliske's Endgame. I think it's safe to say Dimension of the Damned went down into the history books as not exactly the best update ever. It's a shame it went as bad as it did. Not only do I think esports events for the game like the ones Old School has would be both useful and interesting, but it would offer a competitive aspect to the game, one that has faded out with the years and nowadays only returns with the release of a new boss or a new skill. If it went any better, Jagex might have returned to the blueprint board with their new experiences and designed something incredible. The competitive events Jagex have arranged for the main game since then haven't exactly been breathtaking, but that they're trying shows that maybe there's a glimmer of hope for those of us who would like to see an improved competition in the future. We can always cross our fingers. Dimension of the Damned doesn't have to be the final nail in the coffin for esports in RuneScape 3. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Will Missit, and I'll see you all later.